Before we get started on today's video, I just want to give my channel a shout out. We reached a new level in something, a new milestone, and not to brag, but I may or may not now be a paid YouTube professional. Well, bam! That's right, we got our first donor. That's pretty cool. Uh, it's nothing big, but at the same time it is. It's breaking through that wall. It's getting to the next step. It's all about the journey. It's pretty awesome. So, thank you. Alright, it's day 2 on this build. Yesterday after my town run, it got dark pretty quick and I ran out of daylight. So I was able to get this rear end on. I didn't record it, but I did finish up what I needed to finish up on here. I did get the tires on, got it dropped down. Now we got to flip it around and do the front end. Call it a day. It is a little drizzly, a little cold today. I actually have to wear boots and pants, and not flip-flops and shorts. So yeah, it's that time of year. It's just gonna get colder. So let's get going on this. Also, check out my battle scar from yesterday. Good shiner. Just a little explanation of what transpired that caused my town run. So this used to have a bolt that ran this way. Went into this lower control arm right here, and that was threaded. Well, it stripped out on one side and the bolt was pretty bad. So I went to town and got a slightly longer bolt. And I actually drilled this hole out so it's not threaded anymore. I was able to flip the bolt the other way and ran the bolt this way. Put a flange nut on this side, so it's essentially exactly the same, but this time instead of it threading in there and having to worry about those threads, all that stuff, I just ran it this way and fixed that problem. So yeah, pretty simple. Also, I was gonna make a custom control arm link or sway bar link because I needed a 2-inch dropped one, but my reverse thread tap thing that I was going to use, I was going to cut this and thread it and put a different sleeve on it to make it adjustable, but I don't know what I did with my reverse thread one, so I just had to throw the OEM back on. I think it'll be fine for now. I'll order the right ones and they'll come eventually. That car is so loud. I love it. Alright, fairly straightforward here. Take this off, this whole bracket. There's a nut back here, or a bolt back here. this whole bracket comes off. Obviously take these off, undo this back here, pop that off, and then back here, behind here, you can't really see, there's a bolt, and that bolt pinches and holds this on. So you just undo that bolt, and then there's supposed to be a spreader that you get. I'm going to try to do it without a spreader. And then this should pop up out of there, and then there's a single bolt up there, or a single nut up there holding the whole thing on. You undo that, be able to take it off, and then you just reverse the process. It's raining really hard. My wife just came out to annoy me. Gotta pretend I like her. Alright, online, I had to watch a couple videos. I couldn't get this to separate. My lower control arm is actually maxed out back here on the frame. It says it's supposed to drop far enough that this whole unit can drop down, and your strut will just pop out. Well, mine was bottoming out, so I couldn't. So I was watching videos online, and somebody suggested take the ball joint out of the bottom, so I did that. Let's see if I can, yeah, see? So I just unbolted it and separated the two, and then I still couldn't get it out. And somebody suggested taking a sledgehammer or like a hammer drill type thing and hitting this and pushing it down. Well, it was still maxing out. I couldn't get it, but I figured out if you just come up here and hit that real hard, it'll come out, and it's coming out. So good to go there. When you're working on fixing one problem, and then you find another problem, that's super exciting. Alright, I ended up having to use spring compressors that I had. I was able to squish that enough to get this up and out. And yeah, it's kind of annoying, but it worked. I think I figured out why lowering kits were invented. It's because people were tired of trying to get OEM stuff to fit coming in and out. So they were just like, let's just make smaller parts to fit in there. And yeah, not only does it go in and out easier, but it looks cooler. So I'm not mad. All right, once you get that spring out, you gotta take this top bearing or whatever they call it out. Mine was pretty easy since I had these compressed already. I just spun it out. That nut came off. That came off, and that's all you have to it. All right, once you got all of that out, you just get your new one, reverse the process, put it all back together. Alright, it's all back in, it's all tightened up. We got everything, all these back in, that's back in, that's back in. The only thing we're left with now, this is pretty tight, but I need to get it tighter. But I don't know, there's some sort of pass-through wrench or something I need to get to work there, an offset wrench or something, and I don't have the right size, so I'm gonna have to do some deciphering and figure this out. always thought my Audi was low. I always got these low profile jacks to fit underneath, but I've never had them on coilovers before, never had them dropped. I've never owned a dropped car before. And even those low profile jacks don't fit underneath now. So I had to put the one jack under that tire, drop the main jack, and then roll off. So, but whew, tucked. The back isn't quite as low as I was expecting. I was expecting more, but yeah, looks good. I just gotta check for clearance and rubbing now, and I think we're done. I'd say these were done. No recoil at all. Same with these. There's no resistance, no recoil. It's done. Glad I did this.
Giant pizzas for everyone tonight.
Why?
I don't know. Are you filming?
Yeah, but it's right here.
Oh,
It's gonna be a fast montage. There's no voices.